This is my new spy camera, which I have purchased on eBay for $15. Came directly from China. They send it in a regular brown envelope like that from Huang Changlong in Guangzhou, Guangdong, China. Sorry for the pronunciation if you're Chinese. My Chinese isn't that good. In fact, it's non-existent. But this is a spy camera. I got it to use with my helmet, so in my motorcycle. Very simple. There's no viewfinder on it, so you just have to guess what you're doing. Power button, you push the power button. The record button is on top, start, stop. And the mode button on the right, if you push it once, it'll put it into audio detect mode. So if it hears something, it will turn itself on if you wanted to actually use it to spy on people. The time code is at the bottom. There's no way to turn it off. So if you use this camera, you have to get used to the time code. Hello, cat. And I'm shooting this in the morning at daylight with my assistant here. It comes with a driver, which I'm too paranoid to put on my computer. A rubber sort of sport case for it with a little belt loop on the back. This one you can screw down to something to mount it solidly. It charges via USB too, so you just plug it into your computer to charge it up. I ran it for probably half an hour last night, maybe a little more than that, and it worked fine on one charge. Then there's this magnetic, which is sticking to my picnic table mount, which also has two screw holes in it. And this one has a ball joint, so you can adjust the angle of it. That's pretty cool. And then the one that I'm holding on to in my hand has an alligator clip on it. You can see here. I hope you can see it. But the other challenge with this camera is that it is there's no viewfinder, so you just have to guess what you're looking at. So if I'm looking at the cat, I think I'm looking at the cat now, but the cat might be up here. Cat might be down there. Hello, cat. That's how it does with an extreme close-up. That was about an inch away from the cat's head. So what I'm going to do is stick some Velcro onto the back of one of these mounts. Maybe that one? Probably not that one. Probably this rubbery white one. And stick it in the helmet like that. And then see how it works for onboard recording. Where's the microphone on this thing? Not sure where the microphone is. The microphone might be right under where my finger is holding it. I tried some sound on. I'm going to put a bunch of footage together, daytime, nighttime, riding a motorcycle, various things, just to see exactly how it works. And then if I can come up with the exact manufacturer's name, I'll tell you who it is. Also, there's no memory card included with this thing, so you have to buy one of those little teeny micro SD cards to go in it in order to make it work. Now let's take it out and test it. What do you think, cat? Was that exciting or was that boring? You look bored. Oh, we'll see what people say about this video. Alright, this is my Buell Cyclone. We're going to try the helmet cam. Taking the camera with Velcro, let's see, and sticking it right in here. It's about right. I just put some Velcro tape onto the back of it. Yep. Alright, let's see how she runs. If you don't already have one of these Buell Cyclones, I recommend you get one. This one was about $2,800. It was exactly $2,800. This is the early tube frame model. And I figured someday these will be classics. Right now everybody's tearing them apart to put the engines into their Sportster choppers. So there will be fewer of them, and at some point somebody's going to say, wow, they made a sport bike in America? I never knew that. So this is a test of the helmet cam with the visor open. if I shut it down, you can still hear that engine. I'm not sure how much of the engine gets into the helmet. This one has the stock exhaust on it, so it's not extremely loud. I just want to see how it runs, or how the camera runs. I need to get some cash, but I'd prefer not to put my PIN number on the internet, so we'll just go and get some breakfast. I still have enough money to buy myself a giant sugar-coated bear claw and some decaffeinated coffee. At the end of this video, I'm going to put some shots that I shot at night and inside a building, and do some different lighting situations. I think this camera gets a little washed out in the daylight because it was designed to be hidden in your bookcase to spy on your babysitter and catch them shaking the baby, or catch your wife cheating on you, or whatever fun things people like to do with spy cameras. That's why it has a time code permanently etched into it. You can't really get it to turn the time code off. There's no function for that. They just assume that you want it. You can reset the time code. There's a text file you put on the SD card. You put the current date and time on it, and oh, here we go. Here's how a Buell launches. Come on, light. See it, this thing really takes off better than a stock Sportster. A lot better. It's got not insane power. Insane power these days is what, 175 horsepower you can get in a bike now. This one makes closer to 100, and it makes a ton of torque. It's a 1200 cc V twin with the Thunderstorm heads on it. Not intimidating to ride. It's just about the right amount of power you would want for the street. Pretty mild at lower revs, and when you rev it up, it's still pretty mild because it's more of a torque engine than a horsepower engine, but definitely gets you where you're going. I get about 40 miles per gallon on it when I commute with it. It doesn't have a low highway gear, so that keeps it from getting super mileage. Also, I think that the guy who owned it before enriched the fuel mixture a little bit and went down to the bottom of the carb and turned that screw to fatten it up a little bit to get it to start easier. So I'd love to make a comment on the quality of the video now. Oh, hey, there's the Red Bull car. Wonder where they're going. Red Bull that's a great marketing strategy. They've got beautiful girls that drive around in this car and hand out Red Bull on the street corners. I'm not sure if you guys get that where you live, but we get that here. Unfortunately, as I said before about decaf coffee, I'm not into the stimulants. I do like looking at the pretty girls, but it's hard enough to quit caffeine. You get those headaches for a couple days, and I just don't want to get back into that. But I still have a taste for coffee, so we're going to get some coffee. Green light. Alright, so that's probably about enough of me talking. I think one thing I'm noticing having this camera in my head is it's dangerous insofar as, rather than being fixated on driving and looking over my shoulder and trying to keep myself safe, half of my mind, or 20%, is thinking, where's the camera pointed? What's the best shot? Should I look over at the hot Red Bull girls instead of looking at where I'm going? So in that respect, there's definitely a safety factor. I suppose you guys get used to it. I would guess, though, if you had just a fixed point camera on your bike and then had a microphone in your helmet, that would be a little bit safer. That way you wouldn't have to be worrying about where it's looking all the time. In terms of peripheral vision, on my left where the camera is, it's still pretty good. It doesn't interfere very much at all because it's so tiny. I always turn my head and I always check my mirrors when I ride. And that's saved me numerous times. So I will continue to do so. All right, let's eat. Oh, this is a shot looking directly into the sun. Hope it doesn't ruin my camera. That's what I want. Just sitting outside in the shade. That's daylight. That's the shade. Alright, video log take 2. Good job, Chad. Movie star.